Tim Reynolds, go ahead.
Hi, Eric. What was the message going into the fourth? I mean, was there something that you guys saw that you thought you could exploit and attack, or was it just keep going, keep grinding, keep playing? Was there?
No, we just and UD was really the one that was controlling the huddles. We weren't playing, tough enough defensively. We're giving up cuts, offensive rebounds, and then Giannis was able to get to the rim. They just had such an incredible rhythm and they're good. So, they can do that to you if they get you, playing on your heels. And we just, tried to get more of a grit defensively. And then, in the fourth quarter, obviously Jimmy was terrific, particularly down the stretch, making, so many different plays for us.
The play that he made, specifically the one where it was he curls under the basket and sort of knew where Jay was going to be on that left wing. He knew before I think the shot was gone that that the shot was good. He was already celebrating. What did you see on that play specifically?
Well, I just think it just shows how good of a basketball player Jimmy is. It's not about his scoring, and I'm sure everybody will look at the 30 points, but he only had 3 attempts in the first half. He does whatever is necessary to help your team have a chance to win, and that's on both ends of the court. So he'll read the game. He's not out there trying to score 50, but he knows that, when their defense steps up, he's going to have to put the ball in the basket at times. But they had everybody converge on him, and he made the right play just to find the open guy. He has that kind of vision and playmaking.
Ira Winderman.
Eric, early on, it was a lot of three-pointers, not a lot in the paint, not a lot at the foul line. What changed your team's disposition, especially in that fourth quarter? Was that part of the message you're talking about? Was that just guys realizing what was needed? Sort of how did the game turn from what it had been through 3 quarters to something seemingly far different in the fourth?
Yeah, I don't know. You do have to credit them. It's not always just about you. The competition has something to say about it, and they were kicking our tails in the first half. We weren't doing things with force and certainly not with detail. And we paid the price for that. And we're fouling again in the first half. We did things with better technique, particularly in the fourth quarter. But you mentioned, the threes. It's because they're a very good paint protection team. Oftentimes that's what's going to be available, and you can't hesitate. You have to make the right basketball read. If that's the open shot 8 straight times, you have to be willing to take it. We are who we are, so we are an aggressive attacking team as well, but you have to read the defense. You can't be a robot.
You've spoken to us about Jay Crowder and stepping up to the moment, and even the other day he took 12 threes and he said, take more. The fact that he has that green light and he has your trust so much, how important and significant has it been that sort of whatever the moment is, Jay seems to just be willing to step up into it? Thank you.
He's a competitor, so he's going to do whatever's necessary. He does it on both ends. It's not an easy series for him. He has to sacrifice his body and play against the MVP. Sometimes play against a 7-footer. Sometimes put him on guards. He's basically guarding 1 through 5 in this series. I didn't see the box score. How many threes did he get up? Anyone? Timmy?
I don't have one.
Whatever it wasn't enough. I'd like to see a couple more next game. You can tell him that.
He took 11.
Yeah, he needs to shoot a couple more.
Anthony Chang.
Bam has been a good rebounder all season, but it just seems like he's turned it up a notch in that area. 16 rebounds again tonight. How important has that been, especially in this series?
Yeah, we need it. I'd like to see our guards rebound better, so they're not always just leaving it up to him. But he wasn't leaving it to chance. When they had a couple of those offensive rebound opportunities in the third, he took that to heart, and he just made sure that wasn't going to happen, regardless of whether it was his board or not. We need to get everyone thinking like that, but he's just one heck of a competitor, and you saw that in the fourth quarter.
Mark Spears.
Coach, talk about the mentality you guys have to have now. It's still a really good team here, but you're down 3-0.
Yeah, they are very good. So we've used this term quite a bit. You have to be competitively humble. We have a day, so I don't want everybody getting all charged up tonight. You do have to disengage for an evening, and then we'll get back to work, tomorrow, and get ready for a battle on Sunday.
Will Manso.
Spo, just another question on that fourth quarter, 40-13. I mean, to outscore them like that, I know you've seen some big runs from your teams throughout the years, but how does that come together? How were you able to make a run like that at that moment? And what does it say about this team?
Yeah, both teams have an ability to score in bunches, and we were fortunate to be able to do that in the fourth. And our execution and level of detail was much better in the fourth quarter, certainly than in the first half. And then it helps to have, veteran guys, and it helps to be able to put the ball in a player's hands like Jimmy, because he makes the right plays and, he doesn't make many mistakes. And he's not certainly obviously afraid of the moment.
Mike Cugno.
Hey, Coach. I know you mentioned about being aggressive a little earlier on. Did you guys notice, because we could see it on the TV broadcast, Giannis seemed to be grimacing a little bit. Maybe he was a little banged up. Is that where you saw chances to be aggressive there in that second half?
No, we're just trying to be who we are more often than they are who they are. And we were not able to do that in the first half. It was a little bit better, and certainly better in the fourth quarter.
Nick Friedel.
So you've talked for a couple of weeks about the mental preparation for the playoffs that comes with the importance of these games. Why do you think your group has been able to keep its foot on the gas so much, led by Jimmy, over these last couple of weeks when the playoffs started?
I think it's a healthy respect for competition. Our team has great respect for our opponent. We know what they're capable of, and how they can get you scrambling, with having to protect the paint and then scramble to get to the three-point shooters. Our veteran players are competitive, and they know how tough it is to win in the playoffs, even just one game. So that kind of mentality has helped permeate through the rest of the roster.
David from La Gazzetta dello Sport, Italy.
Hey, Coach, there's a lot of talk about Heat culture and how much is part of who you are, guys. Can you pinpoint to a single thing tonight that makes you understand what Heat culture is?
No. We are who we are. Some years we're a punchline. Some years people, say it's the wrong culture, but we don't. Who cares? We're not making apologies for it. Our culture is probably UD screaming at everybody in one of the timeouts, and us liking it.
Christos Saltas from SDNA Greece.
Hello, Coach. You have seven wins in 7 games in NBA playoffs. You are one step away from Eastern Conference Finals. I would like to ask you, is this the defense the key of this streak so far? And how important for you is to players like Iguodala, Adebayo, and Crowder about the Giannis game?
You have to play on both sides, but veteran leadership is always really important in the playoffs. We rely on our young guys, but our veteran leaders that have played in a lot of playoff series, Jimmy, Goran, Andre, Jay, it helps when they're leading the way, certainly.
All right,
Okay, thank you.